Hi, you wonderful, wondering wonders of mine. I bet you've been wondering where I've been, and I bet you've wondered whether I was going to make my Christmas tube or at the end of the year tube. And here I am. I didn't forget. I told you guys, but I was just waiting for the last part of the year, the last ending down or the countdown of the climax of 2022, entering 2023. And boy, it's going to be a hell of a year for 2023, isn't it? You guys, who's revving up, for the fireworks, if you're celebrating going out to fireworks, parties, celebrations, barbecues, well, it's just going to be spectacular here in Oz to think this year we've really been able to let our hair down. For this year, for this Christmas, it feels so damn good. It feels so great. You just want to get out there and celebrate in any way you can. And that's what's happening. So good on us, Oz. Good on us, because it's finally here. So I just wanted to say that because, we've got a lot to celebrate, and there's been so much that's happened over 2022. It's been amazing. I mean, what haven't we had to endure or go through or experience from one thing to another? From a new government, a new way for Australia, and I believe Albanese's doing that for Oz, a new way for us. And I thought, well, from COVID and lockdowns and remodifications and remodifying our freedoms and going through all that turmoil, and now to, easing everything and going back to normal, and how people are coping and what's happening now with the economy. It's so much to, to digest, really. And it's just amazing. So I suppose we're letting our hair down for that too, Oz. And good honours, good on every Joe in Australia, for that. And I believe it's going to be a bloody good countdown and ending for 2022, and then we got 2023. So, and that's an unknower. I believe that, 2023 is going to throw a lot of challenges Oz's way, and we're going to have to, endure a lot more. But I won't be a Debbie Downer on this. I won't talk about anything. I'm just keeping it light and saying a big thank you to organisations and volunteers and people, everybody that's involved in feeding people over Christmas and, and keeping events and, and all that going, and festive occasions. And I just wanted to say thank you there to everybody, because, Oz is good at that, sharing and caring and loving and, uniting as one, and it's a bloody good thing to see, and I just wanted to say that's a wonderful thing. And the government, hope you have a good rest over Christmas. You guys, you parliamentarians, I suppose you'll have a lot on your plate for 2023, and I hope one of the changes are, committing to addressing the fact that coercive control's a big thing now here in Oz, and to address this fact, you've got to address it in 2023. Can't go on any longer for anybody involved in that, and people that have lost loved ones and still go through that trauma today. So let's have the laws changed here in New South Wales like they are in Queensland, to really back it up, because Queensland's outstanding, and it's standing up and doing everything right that the Queenslanders want, and that's a good thing. So come on, Anthony Albanese, address the fact that this has got to happen, and other things, but that, and also mental health, addressing that for people out there is a big thing. You know, and as I said, and I always will say, guys, you know, that's my motto, like, you know, coercive control, whether it be from a woman or man or vice versa, or whatever the case may be, and whatever is going on, you know, it goes from that to, you know, psychological abuse, and also then physical abuse, and then most of the time the person or people or whatever the case may be, is there's substance abuse also that goes with that. So that's a big thing that's got to be addressed here in Oz, is those topics and those matters, because it's a big thing and it's a growing concern for a lot of people, as I said, that have lost loved ones, and there are people out there still today going through that trauma, trying to change the laws, but it falls upon deaf ears. So come on, Anthony Albanese and your Labor government, show the people what you're really made of, you know. Show those balls, as one would say. But, and I just want to also say another thing that I think is a good thing the government is addressing, but it needs more of, is safe houses for women and their animals. The animals have got a lot of people on board trying to support them, people that are in domestic violence and that help people in that matter with their animals, like the RSPCA and other societies. But once again, it's falling upon deaf ears. People in that predicament that escape and they had their loved animals, you know, their loved ones, whether it be a child or an animal, they still need them with them, you know, and so that's another big thing. Safe houses where women can go, they've got the children or they've got the animals, whatever the case may be, government, but that's another big thing you've got to address. You've got to address with everything now going on in Parliament, with Australian now changing its way and its stand in Parliament. And I believe the Aboriginal people have all right to stand as parliamentarians in Parliament. And they had the voice and they had the right to have this, because this is only right because we stand on their soil, we stand on their land. We are now encouraged to understand and speak their language, and that is a most wise move, and that should happen around Oz. So that's another thing that needs to be addressed. But I say, I commend that. That needs to happen. It should have happened long ago, but it's happening now. And it's not falling upon deaf ears. Everybody is now saying, we hear, we hear. So there you go. What else now, Oz? Let me see. I've covered, I think, pretty much everything, you know, as far as what I can say is what's going on in Oz. As I said in a few tubes back, a few, you know, well, I think about a month or two, maybe longer now, on the government compromising and, you know, sitting down over the table and working with the transports and the union their compromise. They've come to everything. It's been harmonious for a long while for people that travel on rail, and it's a good thing. So there you go, they've nipped it in the bud. But I just wanted to say on my tube that I did suggest the government do that before they did that, and they did that. So they must have been listening to my YouTube, Oz. I wonder. But anyway, what else? Everybody that sees me or hears this tube that isn't from Oz, I don't know what your situation is over the other side of the world or wherever you come from. All I can say is that go with my blessings. You see me, I'm blessing you, okay? Whoever you are and wherever you are. That's all I wish upon you is good blessings and, and hope for you if you're in, bad predicaments all over the world. And there are, believe you me, we're really, really most fortunate here in Oz. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but Australia. But anyway, to the people over the other side of the world, wherever you're listening, America, India, Mexico, Spain, I have a lot of that, so you guys, I just want to say I'm thinking of you. My prayers are with you. I love you, and please look after yourself, and many blessings from Planet Australia. Now, if you're wondering what music I'm playing in the background, it's pretty much early Jimmy Barnes. I like Jimmy, and I've seen two of his tubes that it's been happening lately since he's been sick and recovering, and it's just, I thought, okay, well, when I was younger I always got into him, so I thought, well, instead of putting on a Chrissy tube and getting boring because Christmas is gone, I'll put on Jimmy, so that's what I'm doing. So if you hear it, that's Jimmy Barnes. He's, greatest hits when he was younger. I'm not going to name him, but anyway. And that's another thing. I just want to say, guys, do you know why we have Christmas Day? What Christmas Day is really about? And it's funny because why I say this is because I've asked a few people, and I've been sitting around on, conversations and whatever else and hearing other people's response. And they say Christmas Day is for food, presents and all that sort of thing. And I giggled to myself because I thought to myself and you say to them, is that it, mate? Yes. And I think a lot of people, correct me whether I'm wrong, don't realise it's a birthday for Jesus. He was born on this day, on Christmas Day. And so it's a celebration of a birthday. I don't know whether, people have realised that, or they're beyond that now and they're too materialistic. They go for food, they go for this, that and all the other. So it's become another level, what Christmas really means, Oz, And it's a bit sad to see that we're only reminded of it once a year when it comes around Christmas. But how many people do really celebrate the fact, And I think that's a bit sad because all year round we should realise that not that it's Jesus' birthday, but the fact is that no matter what we do, and we hype it up at Christmas that people, are alone or the homeless and they need to be fed and have a Christmas day and be with each other and talk and connect, and that's lovely. But what about in between that, and that's the year. So I think we've got to be a little bit more mindful of why, and go past the point of, oh yeah, it's a good feed, I had a few, I pissed up, had a great time, got drunk, whatever, ate too much pudding, so many presents, and then there's people that have nothing. So I think we want to be mindful, and we are here in Oz, and I'm sure we are, but be a little bit extra mindful that as we enter 2023, there's going to be a lot of tough times, and it's ahead of us. It's waiting, believe you me, or it's coming. So you have to be mindful of each other. And as I said, us Australians, we unite, and we not only unite when we need to fight to unite, but we unite as a community, as individuals, as people, as neighbours, and all this sort of thing, So remember that, and just think about if you see somebody in need that needs their lawn done and they ain't too good at it, or no matter what, just, be a helpful little buzzy bee around your suburb, or if you see some old person that can't do their bin, or, you just see something or somebody suffering, you don't have to be in everybody's business, but just try to go out that little bit of extra, and it's a good thing. But you have to be cautious also, because there's a lot of bad people in the world, and a lot of bad accidents and events are happening with people, stabbings and home invasions and that sort of thing. So we have to be careful there. But I think if you unite with your neighbours to protect yourselves as a group, as a neighbourhood, is a damn good thing too. Because you have to know your neighbours, you have to know what cliques in the street, and there are cliques in the street, believe you me, no matter what street you live in, or no matter where you live, believe you me. But anyway, so, you know, like, just get to know get to know one another over the 2023. And as I said, get your communities going in your little suburbs, you know, and your neighbourhoods, get to know each other, get things happening. Yeah, and we can do that, you know. And I thought that'd be a good thing, you know, because as I said, a lot of challenges ahead in 2023, and it will be. If you, I'll say it before I forget it, if you're experiencing physical, psychological, or, you know, substance abuse, reach out to Medicare. They're a good place to start because they've got a lot of support services out there, which I didn't believe how many there are if you reach out to Medicare. And they'll help you on all those three topics. And, you know, but there are other networks and services out there, like Lifeline, 1-800-RESPECT, you know, Salvos, St. Vincent de Paul, you know, all those sorts of places that will help you. And if you're feeling down and you need somebody to talk to or reach out, there's always somebody out there, okay? Always. And to the people that might be in a coercive control situation, and you get to hear my tube and you think, wow, you know, you'd like to escape, all you need to do, and it's scary though, all you need to do is get yourself safe, get up and get out. But if you got to plan it, you plan it. But remember, only it starts with you, your voice. People are out there, they want to help you, but you've got to start the first, you know, first sign of wanting to be helped. And that's getting up and doing something for yourself, because it isn't going to stop until you make it stop. Anyway, Oz, I've got a bit of a tickle in the throat. I suppose everybody here's got a cough. And so I think I have. So I don't want to talk too much because I feel like I'm losing my voice. What it'll be like when I lose my voice? Like I'll be like... Can you imagine that? No, I can't. But anyway, all right, look, remember the viruses, they're out there. There will be more now as we're going to be moving into 2023. Okay, now it's party time, everybody. And see, another point is I thought was interesting. I put out a few YouTubes stating that the government should have left these COVID testing stations or hubs or whatever they call them open, because it would have been a wise move. And I still do, and a lot of professionals do too. And experts say, you know, it should have been left open. But the thing is, if the government wants it like that, you're going to have to realise now, if you don't protect yourself, okay, with your mask, okay, and these things, and if you go out on the 31st with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, okay, and you don't protect yourself, you're a fool, you're silly, because the mutant strains that will be hitting Oz is, well, I wouldn't like to say, because it doesn't look too good. And everybody's forgotten that because it's celebration time, you know. But moving into end of January, going into February, I believe a lot of people are going to come down with bad bugs, you know, bad sicknesses. If it's not respiratory, it'll be bronchial, influenza, you name it, it'll be there. But it's going to happen, so we want to be aware and try and safeguard ourselves. So, and I know it's hard because everybody doesn't care anymore. But you got to care, because this year's going to present a lot of problems for a lot of people, and it's not going to be great. So try and get your masks. Do the wise thing when nobody else has got them on, and that, do yourself a favour. Put a bloody mask on. Take hand sanitizer or your hand wipes, because all that matters, you know, all that matters. And if you can, you know, and it's a bit crowded on, you know, an escalator or whatever the case may be, even though it's going to be hell damn raising busy tomorrow on the 31st, and you think, oh, you know, think about things. Think about the future. Think about 23. You know, what's it going to be like? Where am I going to be in a couple of months? I'm going to be sitting on my ass with the baddest, worstest flu ever. Am I going to be sick? You don't have a crystal ball. So remember your 1.5, you know, your mask, as I said, you know, your hand sanitizers, and also, you know, your Vicks. Your Vicks Defense. Now, that's not very dear. If you can go out and get that, go and get it, because that safeguards you, makes you feel better that you got something that, as I said before on one of my tubes, somebody walks past you and they're sneezed or they got a virus or a bug, at least that will safeguard from getting the common cold. Most of the time, viruses enter through the nose. Nobody walks around with their mouth open. You'd have to be highly unlucky to have a virus pass into your mouth walking past somebody, unless you had your mouth open. So it's mostly through the nasal passage that your viruses go, so remember that, okay? But anyway, Oz, look after yourself, as I said. There's nothing else I'm going to really say, but if you're driving, you know, pull over, have a cuppa, revives, you know, survive. People drinking, don't take laws into your own hand and drink drive. You know, think ahead, plan ahead. You know, stay at a mate's place or get a taxi home or do something, but don't drive. And you know, if you're on transport, public transport, look after one another, be courteous to one another, be patient tomorrow night, everybody, because it's hell-raising going to be busy. Damn hell-raising busy. So, you know, you got to think of that. Patience, everybody. But I'm signing out until 2023. Because it's not long now, the big countdown. Couple of hours, that's all now. All right, Oz. Until 2023, I'll bid you goodbye for 2022 here on Planet Australia. I've really enjoyed the year. I hope you guys have enjoyed all my tubes that I've done for 2022. I hope they've been informative. You've found them calming and relaxive, and I've had a lot of subscribers come on board this year, and you know, I just want to say thank you, because I do appreciate all you guys out there, and I do my best to, you know, present my channel the way I think Australians would like a channel to be presented, and that's with sincerity and love. And because I love Australia, I love Australian people, And I do care what happens here in Oz. I'm not a big platform, I never will be. Yeah, bad luck, yeah. But anyway, so I'm not a very big platform, as I said. But people out there must find me informative and interesting because I have subscribers, and that's really wonderful. So I just want to say that, you know. So I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate the likes and the loves and all that sort of thing. So that's what I want to say. Thank you, everybody, for viewing in for 2022. And I look forward to 2023 and presenting things here on my channel that I think the normal Joe in Australia would find informative and interesting. So until then, I want to say look after yourself, Oz. Have a good one. And you know, I'll say my 4 codes. I always do. I'm a real sticker for them. I don't know why. I've always had my 4 codes. Well, I live by them. So, you know, you got to have codes no matter what you do. You know, I believe that as long as you try and right the wrongs to rights to the best of your ability, and even though it may not come off, at least you've done that, you know. Then you have no conscience, you carry no burdens. And that's a damn good thing. So when you work those things out and you give yourself standard then, you know, standard in life, you know. You're walking and talking your crap. And that's good. So that's why I've got my 4 codes. That's why I say them. That's why I had them. Because I have faith and I believe in myself and I believe in who I am. Because I'm a good person. So that's why I'll say them. Respect, dignity, honour and integrity and faith, of course. That's why I say them. That's why I say them to you guys. I love you. I'm out from Planet Australia until 2023. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you look after each other. Be courteous, be kind, compassionate, loving, patient. Make sure you're patient, and I'll see you in 2023. Oz, until then, see you later from Planet Australia. Bye, everybody.